6:47, time now for the morning rush. The world is remembering Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States. Carter died Sunday at the age of 100. He served only one term in office, ending in 1981, and went on to a life of humanitarian work. Carter was the oldest former president in U.S. history. President Biden has ordered a state funeral and is expected to deliver a eulogy. Old Town artisans are at odds with each other, and some of them are saying it's the city's fault. Recently, the city replaced what the vendors called the portal manager position with a team of city workers. The city said in part, arts and culture has shifted the responsibilities of one manager to a team to provide portal management consistently. Police are asking for help finding information on a hit-and-run crash. On Saturday night, officers were called to Central and Alcazar for reports of a hit-and-run accident involving a pedestrian. Witnesses told them a white 2012 Ford pickup hit a man who was sitting in the road. The man was taken to the hospital with a severe injury. Anyone with information is asked to call APD. Ryan.
Elevated to critical fire danger today, especially east of the Central Mountains. Winds already this morning have been gusting more than 50 miles per hour. After sunrise, winds will pick back up, gusting as high as
are working to determine how a man ended up dead in the middle of the road. The sheriff's office says someone called 911 after discovering the man Saturday morning on Lower Firehouse Road in La Puebla. The man, identified as 43-year-old Carlos Maestas, died later that evening. If you know anything, you're asked to call the sheriff's department. Las Cruces may soon be restarting its search for a city manager after the New Mexico Department of Justice says leaders violated the state's Open Meetings Act. The NMDOJ says the council can either hold a public meeting to summarize all discussions from the private meetings and then hold a vote, or start its new hiring process over again. This is your last week to pre-register for the City of Albuquerque's 2025 Polar Plunge. The Polar Plunge is on January 4th. You can register on the city's website. The proceeds go to the Shanta Strong Swim Fund, as well as care costs for the polar bears and penguins at the biopark. Ryan.
Winds set to pick back up later this morning throughout the afternoon from 10:30 on to the early afternoon. Winds from Las Vegas, Santa Rosa, Tucumcari, and Clovis will gust likely above 40-45 miles per hour. Some blowing dust, even some blowing snow in the northern areas with the elevated to critical fire danger threat. But we are going to be cooler and calmer closer to New Year's.
A new deli in Santa Fe is bringing kosher food to the capital city. Manhattan Avenue Deli in downtown Santa Fe serves food in accordance with Jewish dietary laws. They import all of their products from New York, bringing the city flavor to the desert. The next closest kosher deli is all the way in Denver, Colorado. Albuquerque's Jewish community is approaching its 10th year of an annual celebration. A little more than 1,000 visitors gathered at Balloon Fiesta Park last night in celebration of the 5th night of Hanukkah by lighting a hot air balloon menorah. 9 balloons represented the 9 candles on the menorah. 1 candle is lit each night until all 9 are lit on the last day of celebration. If you're looking for a family-friendly celebration this New Year's Eve, the City of Albuquerque has you covered. Starting at 10 tomorrow morning, you can take advantage of free entry to the Albuquerque Museum and the Balloon Museum. The New Year's Eve Before Dark event will offer a range of hands-on activities at both museums, allowing the whole family to make the last day of 2024 a special one. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, no major accidents or slowdowns to be reported. And taking a look at traffic in the last Monday of 2024, we're taking a look at tractor heading west on I-40 near 6th Street. Again, some passing cars, but no major accidents or slowdowns to be reported or to be seen. We'll have more updates later today.
A Lincoln County elk was recently spotted in a precarious position. Ruidoso police shared this photo Saturday, showing the animal with its head stuck in the legs of a stool. They say state game and fish officials have evaluated the animal and learned it can still move around, eat, and drink. Now, if you see the elk or have any questions, you're asked to contact Game and Fish.
And now it's time for the 5 facts. And at number 5, a Lincoln County elk was recently spotted in a precarious position. Ruidoso police shared this photo Saturday, showing the animal with its head stuck in the legs of a stool. They say state game and fish officials have evaluated the animal, you can see it there, and it learned it can still move around, thankfully, eat and drink. If you see the elk and have any questions, contact Game and Fish.
And number 4, a new deli in Santa Fe is bringing kosher food to the capital city. Manhattan Avenue Deli in downtown Santa Fe serves food in accordance with Jewish dietary laws and is operated under a rabbinical supervision, importing all of their products from New York, bringing the city flavor to the desert. The next closest kosher deli is all the way in Denver, Colorado.
And at number 3, winds set to really pick up today. Critical to elevated fire weather conditions later this morning throughout the afternoon after sunrise. Winds will pick back up more than 40 to 50 miles per hour from Las Vegas, Santa Rosa to Tucumcari, Clayton, and Clovis. Temperatures near record territory in southern areas, cooler in the Four Corners. Cooler and calmer, though, come New Year's Day.
At number 2, Old Town artisans are at odds with each other, and some of them are saying it's the city's fault. Recently, the city replaced what the vendors called the portal manager position with a team of city workers. The manager was often responsible for settling disputes between vendors. Some who sell their items in Old Town are in support of the change, while others want the city to reinstate the position, claiming the vacancy is the cause of high tension. The city said, in part, arts and culture has shifted the responsibilities of one manager to a team to provide portal management consistently, especially if the manager leaves a job or takes vacation or sick leave. And at number 1, local lawmakers are sharing their condolences following the loss of President Jimmy Carter. Senator Martin Heinrich giving this statement, saying in part, Jimmy Carter devoted his life to serving others, seeking peace, and improving the world around him. Adding, President Carter's legacy was forward-looking, thoughtful, and visionary. Representative Melanie Stansbury joined in part by saying, as we mourn his loss, we honor his exceptional legacy and the indelible mark he left on our nation. And Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller released a statement. President Carter's hands-on work, including building homes with Habitat for Humanity, showed us that every person from former presidents to everyday residents has the power to create positive change. A powerful reminder that service to others is the truest measure of leadership.